Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Refuge from Narcissism, and this refugee video is sponsored by contribution from Erin, and that's formerly Anonymous E, and she sent in another audio file. So let's see what she has to say. Seems pretty short.
Good morning, Ollie. I'm hearing that you need stories, so I'm just gonna get on here and talk for a couple minutes. I was thinking just talk about the topic of being alone, and something I've noticed about people that are highly narcissistic or even psychopathic. I have this one neighbor behind me that's a psychopath. Can't stand being alone. Okay, and he'll come right out and say that he hates being alone. Right?
I love being alone. No, because the narcissist needs people to project their narcissism onto. They need validation. See, a lot of people wonder, am I a narcissist? Do I have a personality disorder because I never want to go out and I just want to be a shut-in? No, quite the opposite. You've been abused by a narcissist, okay? But where are you getting your supply from? You can't get narcissistic supply if you're a shut-in, can you? What?
It's just such an interesting topic I was kind of pondering on. I personally have loved being alone since I was a small child because I was bullied inside of my home of origin. So, luckily I was the only girl. I always had my own bedroom. I've always loved being alone. I can entertain myself for days, hours upon days upon weeks at a time. And when I was a kid, I'd be grounded for months on end, and it just didn't really bother me because I've always loved music, reading, and now present day, with the internet, oh my God, just leave me home alone for as long as you want. I will never get bored. I will never tire of my own company. Now I will say that although I've always loved my alone time, I didn't always understand that I don't need people in my life. I have people in my life. I'm blessed with a really awesome husband, so I can't say I'm alone. I'm just saying from the standpoint.
It's very easy, much easier to be a shut-in when you have a spouse, and a spouse that loves you and you care about. I have no problem being alone. None. And I tell people this, I have this one friend, David. Okay. He's constantly trying to get me to go on his boat. I went to his house for Thanksgiving. He's always asking me to do things. And, I give him a hard time, but I do like him. He is a friend. I will admit he is a friend, though I do give him a hard time, but he understands, trying to get Ollie to go out is pulling teeth. He don't want to come out. He don't want to deal with anybody. He don't necessarily like anybody. And he understands the fact that he can get me out at all. Says something because I don't come out for nearly anyone. For nearly anyone. You can't. I don't want to. But he understands, and I tell people, look, I don't need anybody in my life. I really don't. I have Charlene. That's really all I need. Okay? I'm not missing anything out there. I'm not.
Making friends outside of my comfort zone, I think I'm just kind of done. I think I just need me, my husband, although I love that he goes off to work for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, And I know that he loves that I go off to work And he gets his alone time, you know, and that's cool. Um,
Yeah, you need your alone time. You need your time just to be without being up each other's ass. That's not, it's not like, it's tough. It's not even tough with me and Charlene because she can't go anywhere. And now I'm working from home again, and I really, I had this thought dawn on me not a couple days ago. Like, wow, we have just been on top of each other now since the beginning of the summer. And, we've gone through stretches like that before, but usually like she's off to work or I'm off to work. Right now, it's just like, we really don't have like complete alone time. I mean, believe me, she's back in the bedroom. She usually stays back there. That's where she likes it. I'm out here. And so we do have our alone time on that, The late great Patrice O'Neill has a great bit, and you can probably find it. And I know you can find it on YouTube because I just watched it the other day about men and women, and like basically men want to be alone, but we don't want to be by ourselves, which means like I want you here, just not in eyesight. Be around the corner, be up in the vent. You can watch me, just be out of sight. Just be out of sight. Okay. But we don't want to be alone. We just want to we want to be alone, but we don't want to be by ourselves. Like we want you somewhere in the dwelling, we want you somewhere in the dwelling. And I think that's a lot for people who are, narcissistic abuse victims, where you don't want to be by yourself, but you don't necessarily want to be alone either. If that makes sense. You got to see the bit. Maybe I'll leave a link to it. It's funny. It's very funny.
so yeah, I don't want to get too off topic here. Just alone time, how fucking important it is, because we can't hear our own internal guidance if we're constantly being bombarded by everyone else's fucking ideas, and the television, and not even just people, but like screens and all, like just we need alone time.
Yep.
To hear our own internal guidance.
Exactly. And the narcissist doesn't necessarily want alone time because you're not getting any supply out of being alone. If you're by yourself and you're in shut-in, where are you getting your narcissistic supply from?
And I think these fucking demons, the reason they fear alone time so much is is it maybe because if they have too much quiet time, they might actually sit there and start thinking about some of the shit they've done in their life.
Exactly that. And if you're alone, who's giving you your supply? The narcissist feeds on supply. And in order to get supply, you need people to interact with to do that.
I don't know. Or is it maybe just that they're just fucking boring people? I mean, these people, man, I'm old enough now to have long-term observation. And these people, man, they don't change. They don't learn new things. They don't, decades later, I look at these people, these demons. They have not educated themselves any further. They have not changed anything about their lifestyle. They're just a different breed.
Yeah, they got nothing to offer but misery. Nothing to offer but misery. And they can't survive without you, because where else are they going to get their supply from? The narcissist can't do what we do. The narcissist can't shut themselves off from the world, be a shut-in, be a recluse, however you want, an introvert, however you want to categorize it yourself. They can't. They'll die. They'll die without their supply. They'll die without their supply. They can't live a life like this. They could never.
And they hate being alone. Anyhow.
Yep.
I just wanted to spit out something, and you know, a little bit of cash for you, so to contribute to your week.
Always appreciated.
Thank you so much for doing what you're doing here, saving the world like that and everything. Loving the hair. My youngest son wears his hair, you know, a little bit longer like that, and just natural curls, and just nothing but sheer masculinity from head to toe. But you know, when you got a nice mop, you shouldn't chop it all off. That's what we say.
And the thing is, I hated my hair up until 2 years. That's why I shaved it. This is another thing from my mother. Maybe my next video will be on my hair. Maybe I'll get a donation to do a hair video. Maybe that'll be a next one. Because I've talked about hair and narcissism and how it works. I've talked about it.
No, so I'm loving it. All right, Ollie. As always, blessings for Charlene. You know, glad to hear that there's an end in sight for at least the Bell's palsy deal. And just praying for both you guys to make it through. And you know, you guys both have great things to contribute to the world. Both of you, Charlene as well. So have a wonderful day, and look forward to watching the video. Many blessings. Bye-bye now.
Well, I appreciate that, Aaron. I really do. The Bell's palsy thing is strange. It is the weirdest thing I've seen. It is bizarre to see somebody half a face. It seems like it's starting to loosen. She's starting to be able to close her eye almost all the way. So looks like it's reversing. So fingers crossed. But again, thank you for the compliments on the hair. Again, this is a new chapter, something I've always wanted to have, but just never did because I hated it, thought I couldn't grow it. Now I almost wish I didn't undercut it and had let it all grow out. I think I'm going to just let the undercut kind of start growing out now and just but my hair is good. It's going to be poof. Because if it's this long like this on an undercut, I can only imagine what it's going to be like. It's going to be a full-on afro, which, whatever. Understand something. These demons, these narcissists couldn't live the lives we live. They couldn't. Because if the narcissist was a shut-in, where would they get their supply? The narcissist dies without their supply. They just do. They need people, and they don't care who it is. That's why after you go no contact, so many of them are so desperate to drag you back in because they got to get their supplies somewhere. And, you know, that is what as they say, is that. So thank you for another contribution and story, Aaron. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like me to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Refuge from Narcissism. Take care, everyone.